December the 3rd, 1976, just 2 days before Bob Marley was set to unite Jamaica with music, bullets tore through his home. But the real story behind that night is far deeper than anyone was told. Jamaica in the mid-1970s was a country on fire. Political violence was tearing communities apart, dividing neighborhoods, and pulling young people into a war they never chose. Bob Marley stood in the center of this storm, not as a politician, but as a voice of unity. His music called for peace when his homeland was drowning in tension. As the Smile Jamaica concert approached, Bob believed music could offer the country a moment of healing, but others saw his influence as a threat, something too powerful, too unifying, too dangerous. And that set the stage for what came next. In the days leading up to the concert, Bob Marley rehearsed tirelessly at his Hope Road home. Musicians, friends, and family moved in and out of the house as preparations continued late into the night. But beneath the music and laughter, whispers of danger floated through Kingston. Rumors hinted that political groups were watching Bob closely. They believed he was choosing a side, even though he repeatedly said he wasn't aligned with any party. Still, he was warned. He was told to cancel the show, but Bob remained calm. "The people need this," he said, "no matter what happens." On the evening of December the 3rd, Bob was at home with his band, along with his wife Rita and manager Don Taylor. The house was full, as usual, with people rehearsing and relaxing. Around 8:30 p.m., a car quietly approached the property. A group of armed men slipped through the gate. What happened next lasted only seconds. Gunfire erupted, echoing through the house. Bullets ripped through walls, rooms, and instruments. Rita was shot in the head. Don Taylor was severely wounded, and Bob himself was hit. But incredibly, he remained standing. The attackers fled as quickly as they arrived. Bob Marley was struck by a bullet that entered his arm, traveled through, and lodged near his chest. Doctors told him the bullet was dangerously close to vital organs. Removing it could damage nerves in his hands, the hands he needed to play music. But Bob was calm. He moved with pain, yet showed almost no fear. His survival felt almost supernatural to those around him. It was as if something larger was protecting him. While others were shaken, Bob focused on one thing: the concert. He refused to let violence silence his message. He refused to run. After the attack, people begged Bob to cancel the show. Politicians, friends, and even strangers urged him to protect himself. They said the attackers might return. They said the country was too dangerous. But Bob believed that canceling would send the wrong message. Violence had already consumed Jamaica. If he stopped singing, fear would win. Bob told those close to him, "My life is for the people." Even injured, he felt a responsibility to stand on stage, not for any political side, but for unity. And so, despite threats and bullets, he made a decision that shocked everyone. On December the 5th, just 2 days after surviving the attack, Bob Marley walked onto the stage at the Smile Jamaica concert. The crowd roared when they saw him, wounded, bandaged, but unbroken. For 90 minutes, he performed, moving with energy that seemed impossible for someone who had just survived an assassination attempt. His voice was strong, his spirit unshaken. People in the audience cried, hugged, and danced. Bob didn't mention the attack. He simply After the concert, theories and accusations exploded. Some said one political group ordered the attack. Others believed foreign forces were involved, wanting to destabilize Jamaica. There were whispers about intelligence agencies watching the island closely during the Cold War. Bob had become too influential, too inspiring, too unifying. His power to calm a divided nation was seen as a threat by those who benefited from chaos. Although no one was ever officially charged, many Jamaicans believed the truth was hidden to protect powerful figures. The attack wasn't just about Bob, it was about fear of his influence. Right after the concert, Bob realized staying in Jamaica could put the people around him in danger. He quietly left the island and traveled to London. There, far from political tension, he reflected on everything that had happened. The attack changed him. It deepened his spirituality, sharpened his sense of purpose, and pushed his music toward global consciousness. In London, he recorded songs that carried messages not just for Jamaica, but for the world. The assassination attempt did not silence him. It transformed him into an even stronger voice for unity, freedom, and human struggle. Bob Marley understood something profound: bullets could wound his body, but not his mission. After the attack, his music shifted from local peace to global awakening. Songs like Exodus, Jammin', and Three Little Birds carried echoes of his survival. His lyrics reminded people that hope survives even in darkness. Bob believed that love and consciousness were the strongest weapons against injustice. The attempt on his life gave his message deeper fire, deeper purpose. Instead of retreating, he stepped forward. Instead of fear, he chose courage. His music became a global symbol of resilience. The assassination attempt on Bob Marley was meant to silence him, but it became a defining moment in his legacy. He survived, he performed, and he continued to spread messages of unity across the world. For millions, his bravery during those days remains one of the greatest acts of artistic courage. His story teaches us that purpose is stronger than fear, and music can be a force more powerful than bullets. Today, Bob's spirit lives on not just in reggae, but in the global movement for peace, justice, and freedom. His voice still echoes, one love, one heart. Subscribe for more untold stories of legendary icons.